So I've been reading with interest the Daily Mail killer article. Won't be very welcome by Rachel Reeves or Bridget Phillipson. I mean, I can't help but smile at thinking of what Bridget Phillipson's face must look like when she's reading it. It will be like this, when she does her real cat's arse face. But you'd be cross. So your flagship policy is being taken to court, and it's cited to be the most high-profile case ever to be heard in the administrative division of the High Court, and it's a group of families saying that this violates their children's human rights, and the government's response is hilarious. The children would receive the education they need in the state sector. Well, these are special educational needs children, and we know that the special educational needs department in state is broken. Bridget keeps banging on about it, how it's broken and how we as parents need to rethink it, which is hilarious because, if you're the parent of a special educational needs child, all you ever do is think of things differently. All you ever do is think of things out of the box. That's how you're trained to think, because the world is so misaligned with their needs that you have to think creatively to have their needs met. So, you're preaching to the converted, Bridget, and you're showing a real ignorance and lack of understanding surrounding this issue, which, doesn't exactly ingratiate you to people. But we're saying that the kids that are leaving private education will be catered for in the state system, but then we're saying the state system can't even cater for the kids that's in it. We're currently discussing about whether parents' rights will be taken away to appeal a tribunal case with EHCPs. So, what does that tell you? That tells you that EHCPs don't work, and it also tells you that the government wants to give less of them out. I've heard a story, another one, of a child who actually didn't have an EHCP, was in private education. But having learnt about all of this, mum thought, oh, well, I could probably apply for one of those. So did. Child has EHCP, and EHCP has chosen existing child's school, private school, as the one it needs to go for, and therefore is now paying the fees. I mean, utterly ludicrous. It's an indefensible policy. And what it is what people are arguing about is a class war. They're not actually arguing about the basics of the policy, because the policy doesn't stack up. So Bridget has brilliantly, with her embossed paper and AstroTurf tweets, she has created a real division between the classes, which I hope she's proud of. That must be a really nice thing to have on your CV. What did you do in your tenure as Education Secretary? Oh, I made two groups of parents hate each other for no reason. Brilliant. Thanks, Bridget, because we haven't got enough unrest in the world without adding that to the book. But it's now just another example of government arrogance and ignorance, in that they're expecting you and me, the taxpayer, to pay for a court case where, they've employed four of the highest King's Counsel. I mean, you are certainly putting money in pockets, Labour. You're putting money in their pockets. If you're in King's Counsel, you're fine. You're wedged. You don't need to worry. It's the rest of us lowly ones that have to worry about it. And who's going to win from this? Because I'm hoping that these families win from this and VAT on education is abolished. But in the process, we've spent probably millions of pounds getting this up and running, getting it set up, not listening to people. The ad campaign, 90 million on the ad campaign alone to promote the government's shoddy plans. Well, can we get a rebate? Can we get a refund? Do we get money back on that because it didn't work? I don't know. You tell me. So I'm wondering what Bridget's response is going to be to this. I don't think it's going to be overly positive. If I was Rachel, I'd be panicking a bit and having a look on Indeed and see what other jobs are around for an ex-chancellor. Oh, the dogs are back from a walk and they can't get through. Hello, dogs. We shall see. It starts on April the 1st. No, the irony is not lost. But please share this video if this resonates with you. And if it makes you angry, then yeah, share it away, because they need to listen. Hi, dogs. I think I need to go and do something with the dogs.